I just think you need to be careful who you do business with, because that is something that literally happened to somebody we work with this week.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I bet you they called you and said, this is why we never go anywhere else but Fidelity Title. If you have like a blunt, somebody who's not responsive, or somebody who is just emails back 2-word answers, or if you've got a seller who's losing and getting squirrely like the one that she's talking about right now, and you don't have the appropriate title officer to calm people down, to talk someone off a ledge, they'll jump.
Yep.
So Dina, can you tell me a situation where somebody jumped
off the ledge?
Yeah, I want to hear about it. When did it not go right?
Oh gosh, I can tell you a ghost story that I heard of this week.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
I think we need some like ghost music, like Ghostbusters.
We'll get it. I'll get Bobby, get some non-copyrighted ghost sounds. So
Okay,
tell us about the ghost.
This is a story that a client told me, and it was not a transaction that we did, but here's an interesting one.
Okay.
So assignment fees right now, I did a little poll with our escrow officers, and we're seeing about, 80% of them are under 25,000. Okay.
That sounds right.
Yeah. Most of them
15,000.
are 1,500, 5,000.
Oh, wow.
The little ones in between.
The majority are the smaller.
The little ones, because there's, a few in the chain sometimes.
Okay.
There was an assignment fee on a deal where the first one, let's just say it was more than 50,000.
Okay.
Okay. 4 other assignments in between.
Okay. How much were they?
Little,
Okay.
a couple thousand a piece.
Okay.
Escrow officer calls the seller and says, I think you're selling the house too cheap.
No.
Yes.
That's not their business.
You're supposed to be a neutral third party.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Can you imagine?
No. What happened?
Well, let's just say there was the first assignment fee got reduced to
How much?
To nothing.
Oh, wow. So the seller was just like, I'm not going to sell it unless this goes away.
Yep.
And they just played hardball.
Yep.
I'm not going to come
The
and
deal
close.
closed, and basically
Nobody got made any money, really. It was just like a little bit.
Yep.
Now, look, I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with a $50,000 assignment fee. I've made a $50,000 assignment fee. I think that when a person makes a deal with you, they make a deal with you. And the number is what the number is.
But you don't know what the condition is. I mean, as that person that decided to make that phone call and say that, like, you don't know if potentially they were over purchasing it, right?
Right. You don't know what the buyer is going to do with it either. You
know.
don't know what their use case is. So, like, for instance, a buyer may not be using it for a fix and flip, and they're not looking for that high of an ROI. They just want to fix it and rent it. So there is an opportunity to make a greater spread. Nothing wrong with that. So again, a title officer's job is not to be emotionally attached or to call parties within the, transaction and starting fires, because it sounds to me like this person not only lit the fire, then threw gasoline all over it.
Well, and it's just completely inappropriate because they don't know all the ins and outs of the deal. They don't know the motivation of the seller. Like, they don't know what the condition of the property was. They have no idea exactly what you said, what the buyer is going to do with the property.
Right.
I mean, they're just literally dealing with paperwork that says, I'm selling at this, I'm buying at this, I'm buying at this, I'm buying at this, I'm buying at this. It's not their place to have an opinion.
So does the title officer in that situation hold any liability or responsibility?
Since it's not our company, I have no idea, but I definitely, I just think you need to be careful who you do business with, because that is something that literally happened to somebody we work with this week.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I bet you they called you and said, this is why we never go anywhere else but Fidelity Title.